Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you for joining me today. My name is General Confusion, and this is Ultimate General Civil War. So, as you can see here, I've used up all my recruits, we have rebuilt the army, I've got all my artillery back up to full strength. Second Corps still isn't quite up to strength, and that's because I ran out of guns. And I ran out of recruits, but mostly I ran out of guns. The Springfield M1842s that many of my brigades here are using, I just don't have any left. There aren't even any in the shop. So Magleton, for instance, can't be filled up. Leisure can't be filled up, nor can Preston. Appler, fortunately, filled up, and we didn't quite run out of palmettos. Then we have Otis and Law back here with reboard farmers' muskets, and I actually ran out of recruits before I could quite finish filling up Otis. So I have 60 reputation. I could buy some more Enfields, actually, which is a thought. They are quite good guns. It would cost me 15 of my reputation, and I kind of like having the morale boost. Might be worth it, but I'm going to hold off for right now. That would allow me to, those 2,000 Enfields would allow me to equip somebody, probably Second Corps. Yeah, I could equip Moore or Barnes with Enfields, and then shift their Springfields down into 2nd Division and do something that way, but we'll just go on ahead. So, we're now looking at the Battle of, well, this says Weapons Factory, 12th September 1862. So this is a prelude to the Battle of Harpers Ferry. So, during the Maryland campaign, after his defeat of John Pope, Lee invaded Maryland in an effort to bring Maryland into the Confederacy. I talked a little bit about the Maryland campaign and the political background behind it in the last part. So John Pope had retreated to Washington, and McClellan was sort of back in charge here in the Eastern Theater with the Army of the Potomac. So the Army of the Potomac started to march north after Lee, but slowly, sort of taking their time a little bit. Here's Antietam. Lee, despite being pursued by an army twice his size, decided to divide his forces, which was one of the things that he did continuously. It was one of his favorite strategies, was to send Jackson, particularly, off on independent assignments. So he sent Jackson off to capture Harpers Ferry, which had a federal arsenal in it. And so he wanted those supplies. And so Jackson went off to Harpers Ferry, and historically speaking, the federal commander at Harpers Ferry did exactly the wrong thing. You see, the town was not defensible by itself. The town was surrounded by high ground on pretty much all sides, and the Union commander at Harpers Ferry, whose name I cannot recall right at the moment, chose to keep most of his forces at the town itself, instead of taking the ridges and hills around the town, which were much better defensive positions. He put out a small guard, and that small guard was completely overrun by Jackson's troops very quickly, after which Jackson drew up his army, sort of, at his leisure, pulled up 50 pieces of artillery to bombard the town, opened up with the bombardment, and then ordered an infantry attack. And at that point, the Union commander realized what an idiot he'd been, and called for a surrender. The Union commander himself was actually killed by an artillery shell before that surrender negotiation could take place, but the Union force did surrender, and Jackson took Harpers Ferry with almost no casualties, like a few hundred casualties on the Confederate side, I believe, along with 12,000 Union prisoners. So it was a huge victory for the Confederacy, but it almost led to disaster because it meant Jackson's forces were divided from Lee's army. Lee's army was split in half, the Army of Northern Virginia. And, of course, General McClellan was following them. Normally that wouldn't have been such a problem because General McClellan was not very aggressive, but in this case, before the Battle of Antietam, McClellan had a huge stroke of luck. We'll talk a little bit more about what exactly happened there when we get up to Antietam itself. But something happened that nearly spelled disaster for Robert E. Lee, and he was only really saved by McClellan's own hesitance. So let's go on to Weapons Factory. It says here, the Federal Guard is marching to the heights out of the town to prepare its defense and block your advance. Move swiftly, crush the Harpers Ferry Guard, and clear the way to the town. I anticipate this will be somewhat ahistorical, because historically speaking, there just wasn't much of a battle. There was a little bit of fighting outside the town, but most of the Union troops actually surrendered without a fight, because they were caught in the town under artillery bombardment and couldn't really do anything. Okay, so we get 12 brigades. Yeah, the Guard of Harpers Ferry has left the town and holds the heights in front of us to halt our advance. Attack them, capture the heights, and clear the way to the town. So this is kind of a, seems like it's a what-if scenario, you know, what if the Union commander had a brain? So we only get 12 brigades. I could bring 1st Corps or 2nd Corps. Since size doesn't matter, 1st Corps is a little bigger, but I'll bring 2nd Corps because size is irrelevant. And this is, you know, 2nd Corps was Jackson's command. Although, of course, in this case, it is Johnson's command in my army. So you've been ordered to advance, seize Harper's Ferry, and capture the Federal Weapons Factory. The guard of Harper's Ferry has left the town and captured these heights to halt our advance. Capture the heights and clear the way to Harper's Ferry. So I can already see what I'm going to do. I'm going to hook around left, get into these woods, and drive them out onto the open fields into the river. That is at least the plan. Now, they might just have too many units. They might have this entire line covered. In which case, if they do, I will have to do something else. This is a very small map, actually. So, what have we got? We've got Barnes, Price, Maggleton, 3rd Division, 2nd Division, Moore is in 1st Division. Let's get 1st Division over here. Actually, let's hold 1st Division in reserve. There are elites. We'll hold them back. We have 3 artillery batteries. I would like more, so I think what I'm going to do is Preston, Maggleton. I'm going to take Maggleton out since he's a small infantry unit anyway, and put Penrose in. So, artillery-wise, 1st Division's artillery should be with them. Here we have 2 2nd Division artillery and 1 3rd Division artillery. 2nd Division will be our main front line, and their guns will go with them. 3rd Division, we have Appler. Oh, here's Iverson of 1st Division as well. We don't have many 3rd Division units. All of 3rd Division we have here is Appler and Penrose. So maybe we'll flank them around this way, see if we can cross the river over here or something. Draw the enemy down to hold them off. It looks like if we could get into these woods and fire across the river at somebody over here, arranging for that might be pretty good. Perrin, Johnston, Iverson. Okay. Let's start the battle. Let's get some skirmishers out for scouting purposes. Appler, and your skirmishers down there. 1st Division, draw up along this line. 2nd Division, draw up more like there. Except your skirmishers, of course, need to be forward. And 3rd Division, Appler and Penrose. Alright, pull up over there. Let's see what happens. Johnston and Perrin can, of course, cross the river. So 2nd Division is going. 3rd Division is going. Revere's skirmishers, I want to get into the woods. I really am hoping that I'll be able to push up right along here, get into or behind the woods, and drive the Union in that direction. I only have 2.5 hours. Appler's skirmishers can get into those woods. Okay, so there's 4. So they are on the open ground over here. That's good. And Trimble up. It looks like this might work. Okay, Appler's skirmishers haven't been spotted, but they have seen the enemy lines. Chapman's skirmishers. Hold up. Revere's skirmishers. I want you to work your way around like that. 1st Division, I need you to run. 2nd Division infantry, pull up in the open. 2nd Division artillery, pull up behind them. Because I'm hoping, I'm really hoping. I'm gonna put you on hold fire, by the way. Okay, now just stop. Just stop and hold there. Yes! They're not even in the woods. They're entirely in the open. 1st Division. 1st Division is not running. Run. Run. So we're pulling up 2nd Division to present a visible threat. We have Appler and Appler's skirmishers over here across the river. Penrose is starting his shelling. We might actually bring Penrose right up there into the woods. I think they still won't be able to be seen from there. Ziegler, can you shoot at anybody? Stafford, can you shoot at anybody? I don't think you could see anybody. Can you shoot at Ward, please? Nope, you're pulling forward. Alright, stop. 2nd Division. Have the skirmishers up. We're going to take Revere's skirmishers off hold fire. And what we're going to do is, we have 1st Division there, Iverson there, Moore there, Barnes there. Alright, now we have guns going. Ziegler also move up. Penrose, fire at the Federal artillery. What we're going to do is we're going to move 2nd Division up. There'll be an engagement. It'll probably go badly for us because they have the high ground, and then 1st Division will come crashing in through the woods and hit Ward in the flank just as hard as they possibly can. Up, the enemy artillery. Okay. 2nd Division, time to move forward. Skirmishers. Skirmishers. Okay, they've got some skirmishers there. That's fine. That's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Move into the woods. Griffin, get over here. They still haven't seen Chapman's skirmishers, interestingly. Okay, they do have some infantry in the woods, but it's only 1 unit. They've got infantry, they've got skirmishers. Shoot at those skirmishers, Price. Drive them out, drive them out, drive them out. Price, you have to drive the skirmishers out. Nobody else can do it. Appler, can you cross the river? No, you can only move up to the edge of the river. Appler's skirmishers, get around there, see if you can get flanking shots. Okay, we've driven the Union skirmishers out of the woods. Iverson can move up to get a flanking position. We're not going to run anymore. Our support units can move up. Our 2nd Division artillery is going. Chapman's skirmishers can rejoin Chapman. Revere can advance. Ward is out in the open. We have cavalry coming around behind us, but that's not very worrying. Revere's skirmishers guard our rear. Revere, fire at Ward. Turn and fire, turn and fire, turn and fire. We can definitely do this. Utassi is taking a pounding. Price is rear flanked by skirmishers. That's very unfortunate. Come on, Price, get rid of him, get rid of him, get rid of him. Actually, Price, just, like, hold like that. Get like that in the woods. Ward is routing. Charge. Charge Utassi in the flank. Barnes also charge. Okay, we've hit Utassi with a flank charge. We have fire support from the rest of 1st Division going in. He's routing. We're gonna do it. Price is holding off those skirmishers. Preston is routing, unfortunately, but that's fine. Chapman, get up on the hill, please. Run. Revere, fire at the 3rd Maryland. Barnes, carry on. Iverson, charge. Appler, I need you to get back around. It was a mistake sending you over there. I shouldn't have done it. Penrose is fine. Preston, please come back. Preston. Preston. Those guys are still milling around confused. Griffin, move up. Moore, move up. Iverson. Okay, that artillery is running away. Price is doing fine against the skirmishers. Revere's skirmishers need to finish off those cavalry. Chapman and Barnes. Barnes, I need you to move up and into the woods, in the woods. At the edge of the woods. I need to take the edge of the woods. Griffin, I need you up there as well. Preston is back. Hallelujah. Oh, ugh. Ugh, Preston. I'm so sorry. But Preston and Revere, I need you both, like, up here right now. Old Chapman, you can do it. You can hold them. Okay, we've taken the ground, but now we need to charge the artillery because we have so much artillery right here. Or no, we don't need to charge it, we just need to shoot. We just need to shoot and drive them out. Revere, Preston, Appler, run. Revere's skirmishers are doing a good job with them. Price needs to advance. Don't run. We're outnumbered here, but we have the close artillery support. Get up there where you can lay fire on these artillery, please. And you, lay fire on those skirmishers and drive them off. Stop them from flanking us. Okay, Trimble is running. Ford is going to be running. That artillery is routing. Now we need to put fire on Shermer. Now Ford is running. Good. You all push up. That cavalry has just been getting shot at all day. Can't be happy. You move up over there. Okay, we're driving them, we're driving them. All I need to do is push them back into that corner where their artillery can't murder me. While I hold the woods. Chapman has done very well today. Revere has done well. Preston, Appler has done nothing today. But you know what? That's okay. Sometimes you do a lot, sometimes not so much. Looks like we've got some Union infantry just absolutely helplessly routing. Kill that artillery, get rid of it. Move my artillery up. 15 minutes left to go. Appler is in melee? That's fascinating. Melee with whom? We're getting lovely flank shots on Tassi. Can you shoot at that artillery, please? Thank you. I would like them dead. I would like them all dead, if possible. Oh, that stupid cavalry is back. Come on, Revere's skirmishers. Finish them off. Or at least rout them again. Alright, Price, just get back in the woods. Get back in the woods. There's nothing to be gained by having a snipe battle with skirmishers up there. Yeah, they still have artillery. It's still shooting at me, but they have a lot fewer guns now. And our artillery can hold them off just fine. We have a strong position here in the woods. They have no cover. They would have to just charge at us in order to accomplish anything. The Maryland cavalry back there is getting absolutely eaten. Price's troops are warding those skirmishers off very effectively. Not as effectively as I would have hoped, maybe, but yeah, hold there. You still have decent cover. Drive those skirmishers away. Those cavalry have finally broken, so Revere's skirmishers can come up and deal with it. Yeah, this is the Union troops being much, much more aggressive and sensible than they actually were. You know, no comparison. In the actual defense of Harpers Ferry, the Union did dreadfully. Can you cross there? No, you can't. Can you come down here and snipe these guys in the flank? You know, just to, like, have some kind of contribution to this battle? Where are you going? Get over there. Yeah, rear flanked. I know. Just get in there, get in the woods, and hold position. Iverson, shoot Trimble. I mean, seriously, he's just standing there in the open, practically daring you to shoot him. So shoot him. I haven't lost any of my guns. My artillery is collecting respectable kills. Chapman is doing fine. Except that he could be shooting Utasi right now. I could push up. Take a little bit of the pressure off with 2nd Division. And Appler. Yeah, let's push Appler up. Appler and Revere. Leave Preston back here to rest and recover from his shame. 1st Division can just stay here in the woods where they have 100% cover and keep racking up kills. While Appler takes out some more Union artillery. Come on, why can't you shoot those guys? There you got some shots. Major General James Longstreet is wounded. Oh no. Where was Longstreet? Oh, he's a division commander, that's right. Alright, that artillery unit is gone. Here's the 3rd Maryland. Holding up. But not for long. Not with skirmishers on the side of them, Appler and Revere to the front of them. Cannon to the right of them, cannon to the left of them, volleyed and thundered, etc. Revere's skirmishers. I hate this thing that skirmishers do where they keep running away even when you've told them to hold their ground. It's the worst. The absolute worst. Revere's skirmishers have done very well for themselves, though. Except for the, you know, the whole they keep running away thing. That's very frustrating. Alright, you guys fall back. No need to push at this point. Well, overall, I think that was quite a neat little battle. Pulled it off just as I had intended, pretty much. I had definitely hoped that they had done exactly what they had done. Taking the hill rather than the forest was a very, very poor judgment. If I had been defending this, I definitely would have taken, like, this line right here, and then maybe a couple of units out here to guard the point, but mainly I would be defending it by fire from this angle. Because nothing trying to stand there will survive for long in a gun battle against people right there. Alright, let's finish it out. So, numbers-wise, about even. I had many fewer guns, actually, and I had no cavalry. He had almost 650. Casualty-wise, he took twice as many infantry casualties as me. He also lost 1,000 artillerymen. So, 6,500 to 2,300. And most of his cavalry. Goods-wise, what did I capture? I captured a bunch more M1855s, which is good. I rescued some Enfield, some 1855s. I captured some more basic skirmisher guns. And I rescued some palmettos. So overall, I lost 2,300 infantry. I rescued less than 1,000 guns, unfortunately. Officers, James Longstreet has been wounded. That's sad. And kills-wise, Revere was our top performer in this battle, with Chapman very close behind but taking a lot more casualties. The 3rd Maryland something battalion, or brigade, you know, respectable number of kills. It's a shame that they lost 1,200 men in the process. Okay, so let's move on. I am actually going to cut this in just a few minutes, but I'll hit the career page real quick first. So I got 5,100 recruits, so well more than I lost. Career point, reputation, let's accept that. Let's look at how my career points are distributed for right now. I haven't put any in reconnaissance just because I really don't feel that's necessary in this game. I have put a couple in logistics because I do sometimes run out of ammunition. We have a lot of points in army organization that I'm not even entirely using. I have a max core of 3 and I only have 2 core right now. Going into Antietam too, so whew, let's see how this goes. 6 points in training to help me get those veterans to restore my units. 5 points in medicine to get recruits back that should have died. 3 points in economy to increase my discount on purchasing new weapons, which I desperately need. And 5 points in politics to get more money and recruits. They call it gold here. It's actually denominated in dollars. You can see the dollar sign up there. But anyway, I'm going to put another point into politics because we're about to go into a major battle, so that will be most efficient. And army-wise, so 2nd Corps, yeah, 1st Division Longstreet is, and I have nobody. I have no one. Really? I have no officers in the academy? Oh, I don't have any academy officers high-ranking enough. I do have a bunch of lieutenant colonels, but I have a ton of wounded generals and colonels right now. Major General Longstreet, Major General Harker, and Brigadier General Frank are all wounded at the moment. So what I'm going to have to do in 2nd Corps is I am going to have to take, say, Preston. I'll put his troops under Rowley instead, and I'll make him the commander of 1st Division. I could do Price. I could make Price the commander of 1st Division, because he actually has been in 1st Division, but, eh. So we're going to have 1,500 veterans there. 1,500 veterans there. 1,500 veterans there, and 1,500 veterans here. Revere, we're going to give rookies.
Yes, sir.
Chapman, we will give rookies. Rowley, we will give rookies, but we're going to run out of Springfields. So before we do that, let's look at what guns we might have. None. We do have some Springfields available. What guns could we get? We could get CS Richmonds. 12.5, 375, 50. 340, 48, 67. Okay, these Richmonds are really good guns. We'd only get 1,500 of them, but that would be enough to equip. Oh, dang, it wouldn't be quite enough to equip, because they have 1,505. Oh, we have 25 in the shop. Okay. I'm going to get these CS Richmonds, so we're going to order those. That gives us 1,500 of them. We're going to go to Siegfried with his Lawrences. And the Lawrences versus the Richmonds, 12.5, 375, 5075, 4075. So yeah, that's an upgrade. We're going to equip Siegfried with Richmonds. Then we can equip Maney with... what was the gun that we just took off him? Oh yes, Lawrences. Richards already has the Springfield M1855, so Barnes has 55, 55, 55, 55, 55, 45. Okay, one second. Let me double check what I've just done. So now I have 1,861 Springfield M1855s available. So I can use those on Rowley. There we go. So now 2nd Division's infantry is all equipped with good guns. And Rowley, let me see, I can give him recruits at a lower efficiency because he's only a lieutenant colonel, but it'll be alright. Appler, max out. Magleton, now I have all these Springfields available, so I can max him out as well. And Leisure, I can max out. We're down to 673 recruits. Let's max out Otis. Law. Now, what else do I need? So 1st Corps, 28,000. 2nd Corps, 26,000. And fewer guns. I think I need another artillery brigade. So let's give 3rd Division some more artillery. What do I have? I can buy... Oh, I have a lot of Napoleons. I just own a bunch of Napoleons. So let's actually upgrade Griffin to Napoleons. In 1st Corps... Frank has Napoleons, although he's currently commanded by Colonel McLean, but it's Frank's unit. Harland and Deering both have Napoleons. Adams has 6-pounder field. Vinton has 12-pounder howitzers. I'm going to... Oh, I only have 8 and I don't have any more in the shop. Darn. Okay, I could just hold on to them for now, or I could create a new 8-gun battery. Let's do that, because I want all my Napoleons on the field. So let's create an 8-gun battery there. And then... let me see. So I have 55,000 soldiers on the field. Interestingly, Albert Johnston is actually higher ranking than I personally am right now. Whoops. Let's give, tell you what, let's give 4th Division yet another artillery battery with 12-pounder howitzers. And as many as we can get with our recruits, so 11 guns there. Okay, so now we have 84 guns, 91 guns. Alright, that's good. So we're going to be going into the Battle of Antietam like this. This is actually pretty close, historically, to the strength of the Army of Northern Virginia. The Army of Northern Virginia going into the Battle of Antietam had, I believe it was about 50,000 soldiers, which is close to what I have. I have many more guns. I think I might have more guns now than the Army of Northern Virginia ever had in its entire existence. You know, I have 175 guns right now, which is, wow, just a lot. The Army of the Potomac, at its height, when it had over 100,000 troops, I believe boasted 200-some pieces of artillery. I don't remember the number, in all honesty. But this is a pretty large complement of artillery for a 2-corps army like this. I even actually have this divided up the way the Army of Northern Virginia was. There were 2 wings. Longstreet's and Jackson's was kind of what they settled on, with other generals beneath them, of course. But primarily it was Jackson's corps and Longstreet's corps. And the army was just divided roughly in half. Jackson had about 20,000, Longstreet had about 20,000. I believe Longstreet's units were usually larger. But anyway, that's enough talking about that. So next time, we will go right into the Grand Battle of Antietam. And that will be super exciting. It'll be interesting to see if I can change things around a little bit, see if the Confederacy can score a decisive enough battlefield victory to, I don't know, potentially, although of course they won't simulate this, but potentially change the course of the war, because Antietam was definitely one of those points where the war could have changed. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked this video, leave a like, consider subscribing to the channel, and if you do, then more content like this will be coming your way on the regular. Thank you all once again, and I will see you in the next one.